do I start? So I'm back in Arizona now. I know from the previous video you guys saw me, I was still in Santa Fe. But I'm back here now in Arizona, back home. My school got closed down because of the COVID-19 virus and everything. So I'm doing my classes here. It's going well actually. I just took one today. Went pretty okay actually. It was fun, but just takes a little getting used to, you know. So yeah, that all happened like two weeks and a half ago. That's how long I've been here. I've been catching up with friends ever since, but now I can't do that because I'm actually quarantined. I'm pretty sure everyone else is, so that's fun, but there's not really much to do here as far as content goes. I will try to do something like this. I'm doing a Q&A for this video, so yeah, I put up a story on my Instagram where I asked for questions and I got a load of them so I can answer those. So yeah, there's just a little, some couple of things I want to talk about before we start. I know, first things first, Polaroid Originals is no longer Polaroid Originals. It's just Polaroid. I know some people are excited about that, like me. It's really cool to get back into the Polaroid name instead of having Originals. But it is kind of sad. Just a little bit, because I started shooting film with Polaroid Originals and now it's just Polaroid. But I really do prefer Polaroid a lot more. So that's been happening, and they rebranded last week on Thursday. And so I know I picked up a couple packs of film. Before they rebranded, they still had some Spectra film back on their page, and I got a couple packs of that before they rebranded and they took it off their page. But yeah, I got that, and I actually got a load of film delivered to me last week, and I've been shooting that so far. There's not really much to shoot around here. It's kind of just finding whatever I can to shoot, just out of boredom actually. But yeah, that happened. Polaroid is not Polaroid, and so now I know they released a new camera. It's called the Polaroid Now. I'm thinking about getting it, but I don't know. But yeah, that's been happening. So hopefully that goes well. So the next thing I want to talk about is what happens to my channel as of now. Like I said, I really will try my best to get content for you guys. As you can see from the previous weeks, I haven't been keeping up with my uploading schedule because of everything that's happened. And here actually I don't have any sort of editing. Yeah, it's just my phone. That's what I used for my previous video, so it didn't really look as good. But I hope I can still make content for you guys, and yeah, I can actually do some more photo shoots with some couple of cameras. If I do get the Polaroid Now, which is Polaroid's newest camera, I can do a review on that and show you guys. But yeah, that's as far as I want to go. Keep up with you guys. Hopefully I can try to get something new, so pray for me, and that's as far as everything goes. So I guess that's basically everything that I wanted to catch you guys up on. I've been good, I've been safe, my family's safe. So far my friends that I know as of now are safe. So that's good. And I hope you guys stay safe, you know, just stay inside, you know, don't go out. I know there's some people who are still going out. It's actually not a good thing. I know you're only supposed to go out for like the important things, but like people who just go out just to go out are really stupid. But don't let that be you. So stay inside, stay safe, and you know, just chill out and wait for this whole thing to blow over, if it does. But I'm praying, so yeah. Alright, so I guess we can just jump into the questions and let's start. First one, what was your first camera? My first camera was actually the Polaroid Spectra. Actually, I have it right here. Alright, so this is the Polaroid Spectra. I started shooting in November of 2017 is when I got this. So this is how it opens up. It's this little tab right here on the side. You just flip that towards you, and then the camera opens up like that. This camera is one of my favorites. I've had it since my first camera. It's what got me into Polaroid photography. So I had black and white film before shooting this actually. So this is how one of the photos came out. That's really good. That's actually a reflection shot of a mirror. So yeah, this is the Polaroid Spectra. Little specifications is it does have a plastic lens, and it is autofocus from this little stinger here. Yeah, I know I've talked about it in my previous video on my Polaroid SX70. So actually there's like some good amount of controls on the back. You have the sound of the camera. I wonder if I can make it sound right here. Yeah, it does sound when you push the Oh, actually, I don't have anything in it. Okay, well that's a bummer. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the back. From you got the exposure to autofocus to the self timer, and yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, this camera is one of my favorites. It's what got me into Polaroid photography, and I still shoot with it today. Although I know Polaroid, they announced the discontinuation of Spectra film, which is really sad for me because I love this camera so much, and it's what got me into it. But I did purchase 3 packs of black and white film before they took it off their website. So I've been shooting that. I have one more pack to shoot, and I'll start posting the pictures so you can check it out on my Instagram, and so they're really cool. So the reason why I like the Spectra so much is because it's a wide format film. You have your Spectra image. It's wide format compared to actually let me find a good photo. Compared to the I-Type 600 and S670 formats. As you can see, it's a little bigger, wider actually, for a better shots. I know I've been taking advantage of that for the past 2 years of shooting. But yeah, I still adore this camera so much. Alright, on to the next question. Was there a single photo that you took early on that inspired you to keep at it? Honestly, it was actually my first pack of film that kept me inspired to keep going. It was actually with the Polaroid Spectra, because this is the first camera that I got. But yeah, the first few photos that I took on the Polaroid Spectra early on back in 2017 really kept me inspired to keep shooting because of how much I loved it. It was really great at that time. Like it was like a new type of photography that I found out, and I still shoot with it today, and so yeah, it's what kept me inspired. I have I don't have the photos on me right now, but I can just like put them up right here. From my first pack of film. So yeah, the first shot actually was of my best friend. It was actually in a drive-thru at McDonald's. Crazy story. I didn't know what to do with the camera. I was messing around with the controls on the back, and I managed to push down the self timer. The camera started ticking, and then I got scared. I didn't know what to shoot, and so I just hurried and pointed it at my friend and took the picture. It was really a good moment, but I still like remember it to this day, and yeah, that's what got me into Polaroid photography. All right, what's your favorite thing to photograph? Honestly, people. I take a lot of portraits of myself and just people I see around, you know, to my friends, my family, to just random people on the streets, people who are just going about their days, and I ask them to take their portraits. So yeah, portraits is my main thing to shoot. I know over on my Instagram you'll see a lot of pictures of people. I'll even put some right here, just go through them. So yeah, I think that's my favorite thing to shoot. As of now, actually when I first started shooting with Polaroid, I know from taking my friend's portrait, it's just like it's sort of like capturing that moment, you know? It's a moment that can't be replicated on a photograph because it's Polaroid film. It's all chemistry. But yeah, I think that's obviously the one thing I like to shoot. Okay, next one. What's your favorite camera? My favorite camera is actually the Polaroid SX70 Sonar One Step. I got this camera on eBay, like I said in my last video. I know I talked about it, but yeah, this is my favorite camera. It opens up just like that, and it closes up by this little bar right here. You just push that back and just close it. Yeah, there's so many things that I love about this camera, from the lens to how compact it gets, and to just the camera quality itself. You know, it's really great. And plus, it's a Sonar autofocus, which is a little bonus to me. But yeah, this is my favorite camera. I love it all the time. I always have it with me. I actually have a test shot right here that I was taking earlier. I don't know if I can get it. It's actually of the grass outside of my house. Yeah, it's really nice. I like it. Camera's quality is clear, really sharp, and I love it so much. Alright, where do you go to school, and what do you think of your program? I actually go to school. I used to go to school at the Institute of American Indian Arts. It's in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's where I was staying at before coming back home because of the closure of my school, but I am doing my online classes. So I mean, it's not as fun, but it'll do. What do I think of the program? It's really nice, but although I haven't taken my photography classes just yet, I'll be doing that next semester. For now, it's kind of just getting all the basics out of the way, but so far the school is great. Such a diverse group of people, people of many tribes, and it's really nice. You know, people are really friendly, and there are some people who aren't, but so far I love it. I love it, and I really do want to go back next fall. I'm planning to actually, and just meet more people, you know, and just express my love for Polaroid photography. Alright, what is your first Polaroid that you took? First Polaroid was actually of my best friend Taz. Like I said, I was saying earlier, I'll just put it up again right here. That's the first photo that I took. It was kind of on accident, but I still enjoy it to this day. It's nice to look back on, actually. And I just think about it every day because it's what got me into Polaroid photography and everything there is to love about it. So yeah, there's the first photograph. What's your favorite photo? I always have trouble answering this one because it's really hard to choose a favorite photo. Because there's so many photos that I've taken and it's just so much. But I'd say my favorite photo that I usually show people, or like when I submit to galleries or just any exhibition really, it's actually hanging up on my wall back there. It's this blue one right there. Yeah, that's a photo I took on my One Step Plus that I'm using the manual mode, and it's really a tremendous shot in my opinion. I look at that photo all the time for inspiration, you know, and it really comes back. It bounces back from people. I show them all the time and they really think it's cool. That's actually a part of a series back there, as you can see, just 6 photos. But yeah, that's my favorite photo, or I believe for me. And yeah, I forgot to mention that it's blue. My favorite color is blue. I love it, and actually it's more of like sort of like a turquoise color, but it's nice. It was actually really hard to get that photo. I had three photos before that were failures from being too dark, too overexposed, and one just jammed. But that's the one that's the perfect one that I've taken. And yeah. All right, again, to what are your top 5 photos? Definitely that one back there as my number 1. But as for the next 4, this is really hard to think about like right now, but I can actually think about it later and I'll put it in right here. What's the best piece of advice you have about the light meter sliders that they have on the Polaroids? Well, for me, I'd say it always underexpose, 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 underexpose. Not all the way actually, just a little tiny bit, you know, just actually a little bit. As you can see on my spectra, I actually have it a little low and actually you can't really see it. Hold on. Right there. Yeah. It's this little first one right here. I always have it a little underexposed for my shots. The exposure sliders can actually come, actually they're not exposure sliders, they're called exposure compensation. They come in many different forms. As you can see on the SX70, they have it on the top right there, which is this little dial right here. You turn to darken it or turn to lighten it. But I always have my exposure dials a little underexposed. That's what I recommend, because you can't really trust the exposure compensation dials on older Polaroids because the light meter might have actually gotten a little jacked up over time because of how old the Polaroids are. So I'd always underexpose my photos just a bit. But as for newer models such as the One Step Plus and refurbished cameras, I'm pretty sure those are good to keep in the middle. I know for the SX70 you actually have to turn your exposure dial a little to the darken side, about 1/3. So yeah, I recommend just underexposing your photos just a little bit. Alright, black and white or color? It may not seem like it, but I love black and white so much because it's actually, you're getting the true tones of what you're trying to shoot, such as this photo that I showed earlier with the me with the mirror and everything. So yeah, I love black and white so much, but I also love color too. It's kind of, but I lean more towards black and white film, but I also love shooting color just because of the colors you can capture, such as this grass and such as that photo back there. Actually all those photos are color related, but they're really nice. I love all of them, but black and white is my favorite. So the next one we have is, how does one start getting into Polaroid photography, and is it worth it? Honestly, yes, it is worth it. And to start getting into Polaroid photography, I'd say just pick up a just pick up a nifty camera, whether it be 600, the newer box type, or not box type, the newer I-type camera such as the 1 Plus and the 1 2, and the new one that they just released, which is the Polaroid now. I'd say just pick up a camera, pick up some film, and just start shooting. Get a camera that doesn't cost that much, because I know the newer Polaroids they have on their website is actually they're kind of high-end, you know, but I recommend going to thrift stores, yeah, such as Goodwill, because that's where I got most of my cameras and they all still work. Go to thrift stores, find a camera, whether it be box type. Actually, I think box type cameras are the ones you normally find at a thrift store, because I have a lot of box type cameras that I don't use, but they're just kind of for decoration. But yeah, just recommend going to a thrift store, finding a camera, obviously seeing if it works first, but that's kind of hard to do. Just pick up some film and kind of just start shooting, you know, shoot what's in your normal day life and what's in front of you. So yeah, and you know, honestly, just reach out to people, other film photographers such as myself. There's a lot of really great people on Instagram you can find, a lot of talented people who still shoot with film photography. I normally talk to people on an everyday basis about photographs and everything that questions that I have. But yeah, just reach out to me if you need anything. I can help you, and I can actually just like I can tell you about other people that I know and everything else. Yeah. Who inspires you the most as far as film photographers go? I have 2 favorite film photographers that I follow. They inspire me all the time, and so one is actually Into the Polaroids. He's on Instagram. His name is Brett. He's a really great film photographer. We talk about our Polaroids and everything there is to it. I know he was one of my main inspirations back when I was first starting to shoot with Polaroid. And yeah, I really recommend going to him. His photos are tremendous, and I'll link his Instagram down there, you know. But my second favorite is actually Stefano. He's another Polaroid shooter on Instagram. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up with my words, but his photos are tremendous. He does a lot of his photos are actually great. I don't know how to explain them, but he has them all on his Instagram, and his recent work has been really nice because of how we've been stuck in this quarantine. But I recommend you check out him and Brett over on Instagram. I'll link both of their accounts down there in the description. But yeah, that's who's been inspiring me the most. All right, this is the second to the last question. So do you consider yourself a good photographer or a bad photographer? Neither. I don't consider myself a good photographer. I don't consider myself as a bad one either. I kind of just identify myself as experienced. For me, I don't really like the terms good or bad photographer. Just people who've been shooting for a while, you know, experienced photographers such as myself. I've been shooting since 2017. But yeah, I don't consider myself a good or bad. Like, I still make some mistakes here and there. I know it's hard to keep up with today's competition. I know there are some people out there who make a lot more interesting things than me, but I actually support them, and they inspire me a lot. And so I don't really think there's a good and bad for me. It's kind of just all here, and it's just like, oh, I've been shooting since 2017. Here's my work. Last question. Who is your favorite RTR character? Arthur Morgan. So yeah, that's all the questions that you guys gave me. I had really fun answering them. But yeah, like I said, I will try to get content for you guys. I will try my best. I know it's hard to do it, like, because I can't go out, I can't go places, I can't travel. But I really will try my best to do that for you guys. And I do, like I said, I keep saying this over and over again, just give me recommendations, you know, what you want to see. I really hope everything goes well with me. I hope everything goes well with you guys. So that's it for today's video. Really, I'm sorry if it was kind of short. But stay safe out there, you know, don't go out, stay inside, do something, catch up on reading, do something that entertains you. For me, just shoot Polaroids, take pictures, draw, write, read, all that good stuff. Stay safe out there, y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Laters.